How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ and this is another episode of Half-Life Opposing Force, and in today's episode we are in XEN, as you can see. Got a rocket launcher that I found. Well, actually I found it a while ago, but I just found more ammo to it. It looks yellow now. Look, my friends showed up, and they have new guns for me. There you go. I think this is the gun that... Remember that one, like, light puzzle that was in original Half-Life, and you get this, like, cool gun while you were... while you were doing the puzzle? And I guess this is the equivalent of that gun, even though it looks slightly different, but it's pretty much this DLC's deal, that every single weapon looks kinda different, but they don't really fucking... They don't work differently. Except for maybe the rocket launcher. I think rocket launcher might work a little different than it did in the original one. I catch him. Ah, fuck, it didn't. And now he's stuck falling forever. You know what's funny? You might think this is the glitch that I died and he gets stuck in the air, but this is XEN, you know? Maybe XEN works on its own different fucking physics rules and shit. Hope that wasn't Gordon. Gordon's not wearing a mask because he's not a little bitch. He looks too cool to be wearing a fucking mask. This damn fucking scientist. Fallen from the fucking sky. How the fuck he got in there anyway? It's kind of interesting because these mobs just repeat so much. I wonder if this scientist right here was meant to be like one specific scientist, or was it just meant to be like, oh look, a scientist fell, huh? That's the joke. Or was it meant to be like the scientist that helped Gordon enter XEN, for example, in that one scene? In original Half-Life? Do you think it might have been the case? I don't know. This puzzle really pisses me off, because these jumps you have to pull off are very finicky. I was talking about Bad Batch last episode, and I honestly don't really have anything more to say. I've seen some people point out how that room that they were fighting in at one point, I guess I can point out that Omega's being pretty badass again. Oh, never mind, this gun works differently. It shoots like garbage instead of like lasers like it did. Like the original one did. So this one sucks. That sucks. Alright, whatever. And I've seen some people speculate that looks similar to what the fuck in episode 9, where they revealed that Snoke was like made in a pod by Palpatine, and there was like a bunch of pods with Snokes in it. Which, great fucking job to ruin a fucking new villain. Kill him in the middle of the story, and then make him like, oh, he wasn't a big deal, he was just a little bitch, and then bring back the old one. Good fucking lord. Say what you want about the prequels, but at least the prequels were fucking like planned ahead, and they know what the fuck they were gonna be about. They were gonna be about how Anakin became Darth Vader, and how the Republic turned into the fucking Empire. They didn't like, I don't know, episode 2 went like, oh, actually, Obi-Wan is fucking dead now, and the reason he's in 4 is because he fucking came back. That wasn't real Obi-Wan, that was actually that was Uncle Ben. That was an Obi-Wan. That was a different character. They didn't do anything bullshit like that. They didn't ruin episode 4, 5, and 6. Because really, it really like undermines even Darth Vader's character when you find out that he didn't kill the Emperor because the Emperor just came back to life. So the sacrifice of Darth Vader when he finally like realized that no, he has to protect his son at the very end. He can't just fucking, he gotta redeem himself at the very end. That went to the fucking shitter because he didn't even kill, you know, Darth Plagueis, Emperor, Palpatine, Shiv, stupid name. Stupid name, motherfucker. See how much trouble I'm having with fucking getting through this fucking area? This is so fucking stupid. I was watching the scientist die though, that's pretty funny. Yeah, and... the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Anakin, I mean Luke was kinda like fucking made into an asshole. Like, first of all, how he was made into an asshole by trying to actually kill Ben. Ah fuck, I fucking broke my chicken legs. I didn't like that. He was like seriously afraid that Ben has some dark side into him and he could evolve into a big badass scary guy. And then he tried to kill him, doing exactly that. He didn't prevent him from dying, like turning evil. He actually is the one who made him evil because he tried to kill him. Which, not to mention that Luke got pretty close to being like on the dark side when he like, you know, confronted Palpatine. He was like pretty sure that he wanted to fucking murder Palpatine. And that leads to the dark side because he was full of anger. Just like Anakin after his wife died and Obi-Wan. Well, he was tricked by Palpatine into killing, like, Windu and shit. Oh, look, I made it, and we're back into the damn facility. So, in my opinion, sequels, like, straight up just ruined a bunch of shit from the original trilogy, but at least prequels didn't do that. Did they do that? Did the fucking no Darth Vader moment ruin Darth Vader for you? Was Darth Vader ruined for you because he, at one point, was a kid, just like we all were? He was slightly annoying back then, just like we all fucking were. Don't fucking deny that you were fucking annoying as a kid. Fuck is with this action-packed music that kicked in? Are we gonna fight stuff? I think I went into full fucking alert mode because I just heard this fucking rock music playing. And I was like, who the fuck, where are they? Let me at him. Whoops. Don't worry, scientist guy, I gotcha. I don't want to waste that fucking special gun I have on some dumbass fucking gremlins. Look, he trapped himself in there, what a moron. Yeah, so I guess I really do dislike the fucking sequels. What was even the point of me bringing that up? I was talking about the Bad Batch. Oh yeah, and how the...
Thank you for releasing me. I can help you access any secure
I was saying how in the new episode of Bad Batch, episode 9 I think it was, there were these parts that people speculated are the same ones where what the fuck was his name again? Snoke was kept in. Remember that guy? Snoke. It's the bad guy from 7 and then 8. Died. And that was why I went into this rant, because they fucking killed him off. Ruined shit. Had no plan. How the fuck they wanna handle this? I honestly would be all for if they were just like, fuck episode 7, 8, 9, we're doing this shit again. We're doing 7, 8, 9 Redux. Are you gonna let me through this fucking door? How are you gonna let me through if you're wearing that ridiculous suit? That ridiculous tie. Ah, fuck. Mayday, mayday, I'm running low on chalky milk. Ah, what the fuck happened to him? My buddy. Ah, fuck. Seems like I can't keep my friends alive. I wish this knife was like under a different button. Well, something I completely fucking didn't realize, but even if I did, I bet I wouldn't fucking utilize that much, is that I can assign each weapon to a different button. So the least I could have done is assign the knife to 1, so that I could like quickly equip the knife if I ever needed to. It's funny because on the recording, I guess while I was playing I totally did saw everything right, but now that I'm playing I have a hard time fucking seeing shit without the fucking night vision on. Oh fuck, I'm out of chalky milk. Be honest with you, I'm more of a fan of strawberry milk. I'm not a fan of chocolate flavored stuff, so I love chalky milk, right? But if I had to choose between, I don't know, pistachio, strawberry, vanilla. I think chalky milk would be like at the very bottom of my list of my favorite flavored milks. I think even default milk would be higher. Oh, he was alive. I mean, not anymore, but I thought he died before. I was hanging out with my friends recently and we were watching movies. And we watched Inception. I don't know why I always thought Inception was like some fucked up movie about dreams within dreams, and if I watched it, it would make me wonder whether my life is even real or not. It was nothing of the sort. It was basically a heist movie, except the heist took place inside people's minds. That's pretty much what it was. And it was also kind of confusing to follow because it like begins with Leonardo DiCaprio washing on a beach, and he meets like an old guy in like this Chinese, I don't want to call it a temple. It wasn't really a temple, it was more like a restaurant. I just trapped myself inside some kind of cage and now the shit's blown up. That was very smart of me. Realistically, I could have just climbed out. You know, squeeze myself between the fucking bars. But then the movie like continues in that same location, except Leonardo DiCaprio is not like washed up and you know, like all fucking dirty anymore. So what I figured is that they just cleaned him up. But what actually happens, that part at the beginning of the movie, that's actually like part of what happens at the end of the movie. So it's kind of like a piece of foreshadowing, I guess. Oh, what the fuck? And it turns out that now we're still in that same location, except it's taking place before. Yeah, in the movie it's after, but in the continuity it's actually before. So that's what mainly confused me, because I was like, what the fuck happened at the beginning? And basically, like, DiCaprio needed to prove himself to this Chinese guy that he can handle the job he gets to offer him. Because the main plot is that the Chinese guy wants to, I think his name was Charlie. Or something. Ah, fuck, not these guys again. It's a scary fish. Is he alive? He's swimming around here with me. Don't know what's happening, but I don't fucking like this. Oh, Jesus. That was all just to prove themselves that they're capable of taking on the job. Because the main actual objective is that they need to break into the mind of this, like, Fisher guy. I think his name was Fisher. And basically he inherited his father's company because his father died. But he didn't like his father, and I don't know what the fuck he meant to actually do, but basically the Chinese guy wanted him to do something else. And for him to do that, he would need to have better relationships with his dad. Which, to do that, Leonardo DiCaprio and his team of ragtag motherfucking Psychonauts ripoffs. I actually kind of realized that this movie is all Psychonauts, except it's like multi-layered Psychonauts. And also realistic, instead of being like a cartoon. Oh look, it's my friend. Ah, fuck. Never mind. It's my dinner now. Ah, but the healing health thing is fucked up. That sucks. Sucks a major one. What the fuck? Blew up in my face. I love that guy. He's like stalking you through this level, even though he's like not really. Oh, never mind. He's not stalking you. Whatever. Just that you know that there's a fucking giant fish, and look, I unleashed it. Except it has a hard time swimming through that fucking opening, but I guess I was meant to unleash it. But whatever. Kinda fucked it up. Actually, I think now I gotta swim through that area, like this fish. My plan was just to wait it out and fucking shoot it to death. And it worked, actually. But it took me a while to fucking pull that off. Yeah, so one thing I didn't really understood in this movie is where the fuck that girl came from that kinda seemed to have a crush on Leonardo DiCaprio, except fucking wasn't into her because he had a wife at one point. His backstory is that he had a wife that he once entered a dream world with, and they spent like 50 years inside that world. Which in the real world, that was like, what, 2 days? So when they finally woke up from the dream world into the real world, and they were just simply gone for like 2 days, and they realized that they have kids, that they've been gone into this fucking weird space for such a long fucking time. His wife basically went crazy, and she didn't believe that. Also, the way they woke up is they basically threw themselves under a train, because a sudden impact like that is what wakes you up from a dream world. So for example, shooting yourself in the head. That was weird at the beginning when Leonardo da Vinci fucking shoots his friend in the head to wake him up, and I was like, why the fuck he killed his friend? But all he wanted was just wake him up. It plays the theme song. Where's the DLC had like song theme song? That'd be pretty cool. Instead of just ripping off this one. Well, how the fuck am I meant to get through? Wow, what a nice puzzle. I actually didn't. How the fuck did I think of that so quickly when I played it? Now I was like, what the fuck am I meant to do? I don't know, maybe because I'm talking about fucking Inception and not the game. Ah, fuck, it's the Shock Trooper. The most hated enemy in this fucking game. Didn't reload, my god. These fuckers become so annoying when they're in groups because they're like fucking ridiculously accurate, and now I have this thing attached to my hand. It's disgusting, and shoots fucking electricity. And it recharges on its own, which is pretty cool actually. Yeah, and basically they enter a dream along with Fisher. Basically they like get on a plane with him and then put him to sleep with some really hard fucking drugs. Also, the reason why they can't just simply shoot themselves to get out, which is later they tried that, but you know, they can't do that because the drugs they took were so strong that even a shot in the head won't wake them up, and they could possibly kill themselves if they try to do that. So they gotta think of something different. Which the method they use aren't that better in my opinion than just shooting themselves in the head. Like in the first world, they're in this big city and they're basically captured Fisher, and they try to like torture the fucking codes to the safe out of him so they can get to the safe, and then they get to find out, I don't know, they get to fucking like get their hands off the alternative will that his father wrote, which was the one that Chinese guy wanted to be fulfilled, not the one that the company gave to the kid or something like that. No, because his father like wrote 2 different wills after he died, and like one was the first one, which was gonna be, you know, made, but then he wrote the different one, which the Chinese guy wanted him to find out about that one, not the first one. Not sure why that was the case, but that was the case. Kinda had a hard time following what the fuck this movie was about, to be honest. Also, I had a hard time figuring out where the fuck to go. This place is just kinda confusing. Like, this thing doesn't lead me anywhere anymore. Maybe what I had to do was shoot the fucking window. Cause it makes like weird noises and this door doesn't open. It's just kind of fucking strange. I believe there's an opening in the floor. Yeah, there it is. But that means I gotta swim through these fuckers. That's not good. Getting out of this fucking water is a bummer too. Gotta swim up there, alright. Yeah, and then they have to break into another dream. Inside of the dream, they find Fisher and they break into his second dream, which then it takes place in a hotel, which then they take the guy and they break into his uncle's dream, who's also within his dream. And also his uncle dream, instead of taking place in a city or hotel like Fisher's dream did, they take place in like some kind of Shadow Moses looking fucking place where everybody's dressed in white, which was really fucking cool looking. That was the part that got me really confusing because everybody was dressed in all white. So I wasn't sure like who the fuck's who again? 'Cause they all look the same to me. Like DiCaprio's running around with a sniper rifle and I wasn't even sure who the fuck was that. Yeah, so Fisher got shot right before he could go to that fucking safe and find out his uncle true intentions or whatever, so that then he could finally open the other fucking vault. But another thing was that DiCaprio, you know, having the memories of his wife, they kept like interfering with the normal the normal dreams of other people. So his ex-wife that was dead showed up and shot Fisher, which that's what got my friend confusing. So Fisher died within a dream, and they quickly needed to resurrect him. But they entered like DiCaprio's dream along with Fisher, and Fisher was supposed to be somewhere in there. And that's what got my friend confused, that Fisher died, and instead of going back, like it was intended, you know, like if you get shot, it's like a big impulse to your body and wakes you up, and it makes you go back like one dream before. Mini boss fight time, I think. Instead, this time around, oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? This motherfucker takes like rockets to the face. Later you have to find a bunch of those and they just die way quicker. Thank god I've been trained. I'm like a corporal, but I'm acting like a fucking commando. Tossing fucking all kinds of guns. I know how to use every one of them. Yeah, what the fuck what was I saying? Oh, yeah, and the movie ends kind of vague, like, you know, it's not explained whether DiCaprio actually did get out. No, wait, because they saved Fisher, they did their job. But, oh my god, that works wonders. But the Chinese guy also got shot in the Shadow Moses portion of the movie. And then DiCaprio was meant to go into his own dream along with no wait, he entered Chinese guy's dream, and now we're back to where the movie begun. And I think they saved the Chinese guy. But like DiCaprio decided to stay inside his dream with his made-up family. Not his made-up wife. She's gone for real. But oh fuck. Motherfucker. But the made up like children that he was keep trying to go back to, which wasn't exactly certain was it real. And of course there's also the fucking possibility that nothing in this movie really happened. It could have all been a dream. Cause you don't fucking know, was it or not? That's this movie big deal that it's just so fucking... It's basically Matrix, except more action-packed and like a heist movie. So see you fellas in the next episode. Bye.